Okay, so these next two work hand in hand. Is the mitochondria, if you haven't guessed, it's mitochondria and the chloroplast. The mitochondria and the chloroplast are organelles that convert energy to forms that the cells can use to work. Excuse me. The mitochondria, it converts glucose to ATP, and the chloroplast, sunlight to ATP and carbohydrates. ATP is like active energy, and carbohydrates are like stored energy. Just a little throw her out there. Which one has more potential? Yeah, just okay, let that one go. Okay. Mitochondria and chloroplast. It's important to see the similarities because, you know, they both transform energy, and they generate ATP, which is used to create energy for the cell. They both have double membranes, and they semi-autonomous organelles. They have internal ribosomes, DNA, and enzymes. The mitochondria, just cut chloroplast off right now and just throw it to the side, and we'll come back for it later. Mitochondria, it's bounded by a double membrane. Its inner membrane has enfoldings, cristae, and it functions in cellular respiration in the most basic form of defining something, so whatever. It generates ATP. Almost all eukaryotic cells have a mitochondria. There may be one very large mitochondria or like a billion, not literally, of individual mitochondria. The number of mitochondria is usually related to aerobic metabolic activity. Okay, we're coming back to get chloroplast. Clearly he was crying in the corner because he was so left out. Chloroplasts are plant organelles. You know, you're not going to find an animal with chloroplasts and they're talking about, please come get me, son, I'm hungry. Like, not going to happen. Chloroplasts, they are a class of plant structures called plastids. They're amyloplasts, which store starch in the roots and tubers. And then you have the chromoplasts, which is store pigments for fruits and flowers, which are like sex or they're related with reproduction. And then you have blasts, or the chloroplasts, which store chlorophyll and function in photosynthesis, which, you know, is like getting energy for the cell, and then you produce glucose and other stuff. And in leaves and other green structures, they give them that little green color. They're basically the two membranes, like I said before. And they generate ATP, and they synthesize sugars. And they are synonymous, moving, changing shape, and dividing. And they can reproduce by pinching into two, which is, you know, bacteria does that. You know, just they're different. The mitochondria and the chloroplasts are different. They're not part of the endomembrane system. They can grow and reproduce. Proteins primarily from free ribosomes in cytosol, and a few from their own ribosomes. And they have their own circular chromosome. And we have one more, just the cytoskeleton. The cytoskeleton, it's basically, the functions of it are for like structural support, motility, and regulation. And like for structural support, it maintains the shape of the cell, it provides anchorage for organelles. Then it's like the motility is like cell locomotion, you know, that's movement basically. You know, you don't really see like a plant just like hop up and be like, I'm thirsty, and go up to a lake. You kind of like have movement, slow movement inside the cell, or like you have the roots that grow deeper into the ground. That's still movement. Then you have regulation, which is organized structures and activities of the cell. The cytoskeleton, the structure of it, it's a network of fibers extending throughout the cytoplasm. You have 3 main protein fibers, which are microtubules, microfilaments, and intermediate filaments. The main difference between them all is like just basically their size. I don't know if we have to go in depth more than that. So.